Welcome to the Lifestyle First podcast. My name is Dr. Alka Patel. I am your host and I'm here discussing lifestyle medicine and making self-care as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1 question, 2 research reviews and 3 actionable health tips in each Light Bite weekly episode, all centered around the Lifestyle First method, your blueprint for the 10 key roots of optimal health and happiness. This is Series 2, Episode 9, and the theme in the Lifestyle First method we'll be exploring today is L, learning habits. Habits are the bedrock of change, a phrase I use all the time. We need space in our life for spontaneity and flair, but we also need space for automaticity and routine to create a foundation for a lifestyle that ties in with our values and goals. So the one question I'll be answering today is, what are 10 ways to create a habit? And the 2 pieces of information I've reviewed to help answer this are 2 books, The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg and Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. So here we go, 10 steps to developing that new habit. Number 1, know your why. So if you're trying to reach a new goal, achieve something, do something, you have to get crystal clear on why. It's not enough to say, I want to lose weight, or I want to exercise every day, or I want to be more organized. Ask yourself why, and ask yourself why 5 times to really get to the core. Because it's your why that will be your driver and your motivator. It's your why that's going to be sitting on your shoulder, keeping you going. So, I want to exercise every day. Why? Because it's good for me. Why is it good for me? Because I notice it gives my mood a great boost. Why do I want to give my mood a great boost? Because when I feel more energized, I can play more with the children. Why do I want to play more with the children? Because I want to be a role model for my children and for them to know that I love spending time with them and having fun. And that's the why. That why will be what is going to keep you on track. I want to be a role model for my children. Number 2, start simple. The best way to build a habit is to build a micro habit. Start with the tiniest, easiest thing you can do. If you want to drink 2 litres of water a day, then start with 1 glass every morning. The beauty of habits is that you don't need self-control. Now, sure, when you want to change something you're doing right at the beginning, it needs discipline and thoughtful action. But the easier it is, the more likely you are to do it. And the easier your brain will find it to remodel and to turn your conscious actions into automatic ones, like brushing your teeth. Number 3, be consistent. So the definition of a habit is something you do regularly. Doing something every day is much easier than doing something just a few days a week. So if you want to eat more vegetables, well, eat more vegetables every day rather than just once a week. But remember, principle number 2, start simple. Focus on consistency, not outcomes. Number 4, create the right environment for success. If you want to cut down on sugar, having a cupboard filled with biscuits is temptation you just don't need. And you get to tune your microenvironment to your micro habit. So remove the triggers around you that pull you in a direction that you don't want to go in, and make the triggers that you do want more visible. So if you want to go for a daily walk, then keep your trainers where you can see them and not hidden in the back of a cupboard. Number 5, chart your progress. When you do what you want to do every day, a tick sheet can be a very rewarding and motivating reminder of your achievement. If you want to wake up at 6 a.m. every day, ticking this off on a tick sheet that is visible helps you keep on track. And if you miss a day, well, it also helps you pause to think about what happened that day and what you could do to prevent or circumvent a similar obstacle on another day. Number 6, expect roadblocks, but plan for them. Life is not meant to be a straight line. It will take you off course. But if you anticipate roadblocks and obstacles, then you can plan for how to circumvent them. So think about what your barriers to keeping your habit might be. Number 7, find a hook for your habit. Every habit depends on a cue and a reward. So think about the phrase, when I will. There's a difference between changing your behavior, so I will do some relaxation by breathing deeply every day, and changing your habit. When I sit down and turn on my computer every morning, I will take 6 deep breaths. A habit always has a trigger or an association so that it can become automatic. Number 7, create a positive affirmation to match your habit. So if you want a habit of exercising, then say to yourself regularly, I am energetic. If you want to create a habit of being tidy, then say to yourself regularly, I am organized. Write down these statements and keep them visible. Number 9, layer your habit. So once you've achieved that first micro habit and recognize that you're doing it without having to think about it or plan for it, then layer on another micro habit. Small increments. Don't be tempted to get into that accelerator lane. Number 10, find an accountability partner. Telling your friends and family that you are changing things and telling them why can be a good way of getting support and motivation for the things that you want to do. Having a coach on hand for a regular check-in is an even better way to stay on track. With my patients in my coaching practice, that weekly check-in or monthly meetup or as needed WhatsApp can make such a difference to achieving what you want. Plus, we get to celebrate your achievements together along the way. So now here are your 3 health hacks, your 3 activating actions, your lifestyle first prescription. So now today I've already given you 10 great ways to start learning new habits, and you know this is always my favorite part of the podcast because it takes us from theory to practice. So let's dive a bit deeper. Action number 1, write your Bounceback Plan. So on a piece of paper, draw a table with 2 columns, one-headed obstacles, one-headed solutions, and write down 3 reasons why you won't do what you want to do. Think of these as your 3 excuses. So when it's winter, it's too dark and dangerous to go outside to exercise. I want to reduce sugar in my food, but I can't get rid of all the biscuits because the children like to eat them. I need to reduce caffeine, but every time my husband makes a cup of tea, he makes me one too, and I don't like to tell him no because it's such a kind gesture. Action number 2, feel the pain. Now, I'm not one to normally inflict pain on my patients, but in the same way that asking yourself why you want to change will help to motivate you, knowing the consequences of not changing is also a strong motivator. What happens if you don't do what you want to do? So ask yourself the question, then what? I want to lose weight, but if I don't, then what? And action number 3, celebrate your achievements. Yes, you may well have setbacks. Yes, there are painful consequences to not doing what you want to do, but setbacks and pain drive you forward, not hold you back. And you need to celebrate every step you take in the direction you want to go. Every micro habit needs recognition. Marinate in the feeling of remembering the habit, doing the habit, and immediately after the habit, 3 celebration points from one habit. How are you celebrating? A punch in the air, a high five, a yes. Write down 3 ways that you're going to mark your achievements along the way. And that concludes today's episode, making self-care as easy as 1, 2, 3 with backing and information from the field of lifestyle medicine. I really hope this has inspired you to take action. Please don't forget to subscribe and share, because the more you share, the more you too are instrumental in spreading messages of health that matter. And of course, please do leave me comments, ratings, and a review so that I can continue to provide you with credible, motivating, thought-stimulating, and practical information that lets you shape your health and be the author of your own health story. You can connect with me on all the usual social media channels at Dr. Alka Patel UK and use the hashtag the Lifestyle First Podcast or hashtag TLFP so that I can easily connect with you. And if you want to know more and access show notes and free resources, then just head on over to my website, www.dralkapatel.com. I look forward to welcoming you back next week.